love in humble service bore the weight of human need, who upon the cross forsaken.
Welcome, friends. I'm Anita Hill, a pastor of St. Paul Reformation Lutheran Church in St. Paul, Minnesota, and it's my privilege today to introduce to you Paster Lowell Erdhal, a colleague and a friend, a former bishop of the St. Paul Area Synod of the ELCA, the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America, and he was bishop of the Synod of the congregation that I am privileged to serve. In his talk, Lowell Erdhal brings us his story, what he calls his testimony time. It's about his pastoral and theological perspectives about what he's learned over the years regarding an issue that's hot before us today in many denominations. It's about homosexuality and about lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people and their families in our congregations and in the church. Bishop Lowell and I served together on the ELCA's Task Force on Human Sexuality that met and worked hard together from 1989 to 1996, and as some of you are aware, our denomination is again in the midst of study trying to bring forth a statement on human sexuality to our church-wide assembly in 2009 that will happen in Minneapolis. I appreciate Pastor Erdhal's candor, the way that he brings his own story and his journey forward to us as he thinks about what are the considerations necessary for us as faithful people as we look at the concerns that face congregations in our denomination regarding homosexuality, and even more importantly, the roles that lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people will play in our congregations and in our denomination. Will we be allowed to be on the roster of our church as we serve? I consider Paster Lowell Erdhal an elder churchman, a statesman, someone that deserves our careful attention and our consideration of the questions that he brings forward to us. And I commend this presentation to you and invite you to listen and to learn and to bring your own questions into the conversation.
What I plan to do today, I call this testimony time, and it's a sharing of my own pilgrimage in dealing with this question. And I'm sure we have a diversity of opinion in the group today about it. And I've often said to people when I meet with groups like this that whatever your opinions, whatever your personal opinion is, I've probably had it. Because going back over many decades now, my mind has certainly changed on this subject. And what I want to do today is to give a little testimony of that personal pilgrimage. And I want to begin by a couple of confessions. One is a confession of the fact that I am a heterosexual. I did not choose to be a heterosexual. Like most of you, I discovered that there was, for you men here, that there were, when I was in my early adolescence, there was something interesting about girls I hadn't thought about when I was 5 years old. And you women have, I think, something similar to say about your interest in boys. I did not choose that. I discovered it. It was something that was given to me. The second thing that I want to confess is a confession of my ignorance. I grew up thinking that everybody was heterosexual. As I got into high school, I learned that there were people involved in same-sex stuff. But I thought they were just kinky or oversexed or something. I had absolutely no understanding of sexual orientation.